sometimes I just want to mind my business, but at the same time, when you see an injustice and you decided to say nothing, directly or indirectly, you have chosen the side of the bully. Okay? You see, there's a Bible text I would like to read to us that can probably help us in this way. And it's going to be in the book of Proverbs, chapter number 20, verses 1. I'm going to read it for us. The book of Proverbs, chapter number 20, and verses 1. It's read this way that wine produces mockers, alcohol leads to brawls. Those led astray by drinking cannot be wise. Those led astray by drinking cannot be wise. And I'm going to say that one more time because that is exactly the point I want to take out of this Bible text. Those that led astray by drinking cannot be wise. I was going through this text of the Bible and I believe that I can use it to, communicate to us. Probably this Bible text will explain better or give us the insight of what politicians are doing to us, Nigeria, as a whole. You see, before the election, right, we're living in harmony, and nobody is disputing that Lagos is not a Yoruba land. From here to anywhere, Lagos belongs to the Yorubas, okay? But as much as Lagos belongs to the Yorubas, we also need to understand that people have the right to live anywhere if they are citizens of that country. They can move, they have the freedom of movement, and they have the freedom of establishment. They have the freedom to reside where they choose or where it pleases them, in as much as they're not committing crime. Nobody comes to this world bringing land from heaven, okay? We do not come here with land, and that is not exactly where I'm going. Where I'm going is this Bible text that said that anyone, those that led astray by drink, cannot be wise, okay? We have a lot that bind us together. Our differences is nothing compared to what we have in common. The first thing we need to understand is that we are all human race. Look at Igbos. Igbo marries Yoruba. Yoruba marries Hausa. We have intermarital relationship. And if by tomorrow, like what just happened in Lagos, that just because someone has a mother from another tribe, that actually automatically disqualify that person to run a political race where his father came from. I don't understand. If my mother is Irish and my father is Nigerian, is that going to disqualify me from running for political office in Nigeria? This is the kind of hatred the politicians are sowing among us. You need to understand one thing, that after election, politicians are always unanimous. They are always in unity. Because if someone loses, the other one win, the loser will going to be moving around to lobby for contracts, whatever they need to get from one another. And they come back, they become one. But during election, they make it do or die because they want to grab power by all means. Now, what I actually want us to take out from this Bible text is that the passage said that those led astray by drink cannot be wise. And I want to say that those in Yoruba land, those in Igbo land, those in Hausa land that are led astray by the influence of a politician, they are not wise. That is exactly where I'm going. Okay? If you are led by a politician to go and attack a fellow human being like you, just because they do not support your candidate. You are not a wise man and you are not a wise woman. If you will point to a fellow human being like you that go and attack him, he's an Igbo woman, go and attack him, he is a Yoruba man, you are doing it under the influence of a politician. You are not a wise woman. You are not a wise man. You actually, and I'm not going to call you a foolish person, okay? I'm not going to say that you are foolish. I'm not going to say that you are ignorant. But the Bible says that you are not a wise person. Because, you know why? Before election, someone that is your friend, someone you are playing with, someone that you are buying food from, someone that you transact business with before election, all of a sudden, just because of an election, it becomes your enemy. Not because he has anything against you, because he or she did not support your candidate. And your candidate is telling you that that person is the problem. And you agree and you accept. The Bible says that you are not wise. And if you are not wise, it means you are foolish. But I'm not saying you are foolish. I'm just trying to let you see what the Bible says about the act that is committed in Nigeria during the gubernatorial and the House of Assembly or Rep. I don't know what it is, during their election time. Those in the East that prevent other party to vote in their dominated area, they are not wise. Those in the South, those in Lagos, those in Yoruba land that prevent other race or other party to have the ability and the freedom to exercise their civic duty, the Bible says that you are not wise. The Bible says that you are foolish. Let me make it clear to you that this little thing that happened in Lagos and in other parts of Nigeria, this is exactly how small little misunderstanding, small little, loose talk. When people are too loose with their mouth, this is how it starts, like a play, and it will degenerate to a full-blown killing one another. It will degenerate to the point that millions of lives can be lost if we do not take caution. And when that happens, and everything settled down, and we go back to the root cause of why we're killing each other, you'll be surprised that it's going to be because of a selfish interest of one man that wants power by all means. It always starts like that. That you will see, just because if you look at it this way, what happened in Lagos, what happened in other parts of the country, in Nigeria, it's not because of the love we have for Nigeria. It's because our candidates say that those people, they are our problem. Just because someone that you are loyal to instructed you to go and attack opposition party, and you agree. The Bible says that those who are led, that means if you allow yourself to be used as a tool of destruction, the Bible says that you are not wise. If you allow yourself to be used to stop the progress of Nigeria, the Bible says that you are not wise. You are not wise. You know why you are not wise? If war is going to break out, right? If war is going to break out, it always starts with the selfish interest of one man. If evil is going to take place, it always starts with the selfish interest of one man. It only takes a one man to be over ambitious and cause war. It only takes one man that want everything. It only takes one man that want to become God. It only takes one man that want to grab power by all means to cause war. Okay? Just a selfish interest of one man can destroy the whole country. But now, you have to look back. These people you are fighting for, they are the beginning, or let me say they are the foundation of your problem. The only thing you will ever be to them, and that you will remain to them, and that you will ever be in your life, is political talk. You are just one of the tools in their hand. You will always remain their political talk. No matter how much they pay you, it's nothing compared to what they give to their children for shopping. Have you ever think about it that why is it that most of Nigerian politicians, they don't have their family living in Nigeria? To them, Nigeria is not a place. Nigeria is a business area to most politicians. If not, the current president we have today in Nigeria, his wife and his children, they live in Dubai, a country that is managed by other good leaders. They go there and enjoy good leadership. They turn Nigeria to a place they can make money. This is not the foundation of Nigeria. Nigeria is a very good place. But you see this set of politicians that we have today, they are the reason why you become a thug. They are the architect of your problem. They are the foundation of why you become a political thug. Why? I will tell you. How? Starting from the school. You can't go to free school in Nigeria. If you go to our public school, it's nothing to write home about. And how many of you in Nigeria can send your child to a private school? They don't care. What about the health system? They don't care. If you want to know how they spend money, start by looking at the kind of car Nigerian politician drives. And I'm not talking about their personal car. I'm talking about their official cars. Go and see how much they sell their official cars. Is, one is enough. Just one of the official cars they drive will make you think otherwise that they always say that Nigerians don't have money. They actually borrowed money. And the irony is that the country that we always run to go and borrow money, the government don't use the kind of car Nigerian politicians use. Why am I saying this? Is that I want us to come as a person and reason for once that we can do better than this. We should not allow politicians to be using us as their tools. If you truly love Nigeria, you should not rig for any politician. If you truly love Nigeria, you will allow a true and fair electoral process to prevail. You are actually part of why your life is messed up. Yes, you are actually part of why your life is messed up. Anytime you help a politician to rig an election, you are helping them to rob you of your future. It's as simple as that. You are helping them to rob you the future of your children. Because let's think about it. Do you have money to send your children abroad? No. The man that you are loyal to, they all have their children abroad. Okay? Can you send yours abroad? No. You can't. You can't send yours abroad. And that's why you need to think twice that your problem is not from the Igbo. Your problem is not from the Awusas. Your problem is that you are your problem. It's as simple as that. You allow politicians to use you. Most Nigerian politicians don't mean well for Nigeria. If they mean well for Nigeria, we won't be where we are today. It's a fact. We won't be where we are today if politicians truly love Nigeria. And it's so, and I can tell you now that it is so unfortunate that most Nigerians don't actually, they don't like Nigeria. I mean, the hatred that you see some Yoruba develop to the Igbo people, or the hatred the Igbo people develop for some Yoruba, or the Hausas or other tribe, it's not because or in the interest of Nigeria. It happens in the interest of the politicians. It is during election that politicians will use the tactics of race, they use the tactics of partisan, they use the tactics of religion, they use the tactics of ethnicity to divide us. It's called divide, they divide us, they conquer, they rule, and they repeat it again. Why you that is helping them, you remain their political talk. That's what you always beat to them. I don't care how much you have in your account. I don't care how much they are paying you. You remain their political talk. If you think you are doing what you are doing right now and you are enjoying it, trust me, my brother and my sister, you are not enjoying anything. You are still enslaved in this contraction called Nigeria, because freedom means that everybody will be treated equal with fair, equity, and justice. And I'm going to tell you that there is no freedom if one person, regardless of their status, experience injustice. Everyone has no freedom. Why I'm here today is just to appeal to us, being you Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, that the land of Nigeria can never be happy with us because we do not put Nigeria first. If you help politicians to rig election, you are working against the progress of Nigeria. Okay? Let me just put it like that. And the Bible says that if you allow a politician to influence your decision, you are not a wise person. You are not wise at all. You are not wise. So I'm appealing to you, regardless of your ethnicity background, regardless of your ethnicity, please allow love to reign. Where there is love, there will be progress. Where there is love, there will be prosperity. Let's allow love to fill the atmosphere and enjoy one another. Our togetherness is what colored our environment. It makes our environment unique. Yes, it makes it unique. I would rather say that we should come together, be unanimous, and decide what we want in Nigeria rather than helping politicians to rig election. Okay? Please, I'm begging you, Igbos are not your enemy. And to the Igbos, Yorubas are not your enemy. Our common enemy are the politicians that are making us to be lockhead against each other anytime they want our vote. And those people that do that are the ones that want power by all means. And we need to understand one thing, that when I say Nigeria to politicians, it's a place of business. You would think it's just a hearsay. How are you going to tell me that you mean well for Nigeria, you want to serve Nigeria, and you'll be willing to buy a nomination form for 100 million? That they will be selling nomination form for 50 million, 100 million, 50 million, 100 million. Let's think about it, that I will invest 100 million in buying nomination form. And you think I'm coming to do something good for Nigeria? I'm transacting business. I'm investing 100 million so that I can catch away with 1 trillion. Yes. If you don't know, probably you will know by now. Go and think about it. You, as just ordinary man, forget about if you're Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa. Just see yourself as a Nigerian and think about it, that how can a man invest 50 million, some 100 million in buy nomination form, and you think they are investing that money because they love Nigerians so much? Do you think they invest that much money for nomination form because they mean well for Nigeria? No. Nigeria is a business place to them. You need to think about that first. And it's even going to get worse. Trust me. But we can come together as one, decide what we want for our country, and make it happen. You're going to suffer the consequence of allowing people that are not competent to govern you. It's a choice. So before I round up, I want to leave us with this last Bible verse. Is in the book of Romans, chapter number 1. So I'm going to read from verses 28 to 32. All right? Why do I want to read this passage? I want to read it because for the little time I've tried to explain to you that we should be one, I'm very sure that there's some Igbos that will be adamant. There's some Yorubas that will be adamant. There's some Hausa people that will be adamant that they have blockade. You know what? We're here. We're going to die for the politicians. We don't care what you're saying. Whatever I've been saying this morning is going to be going to their deaf ear. Why? This will explain it. The book of Romans, chapter number 1, verses 28 to 32, it says that since they thought it is foolish to acknowledge God, then God abandoned them to their foolish thinking. Another Bible will say that God leave them to a reprobate mind. Olúwa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ fún iyè rírà. The Bible says since they thought it is foolish to acknowledge God, then God abandoned them to their foolish thinking and let them do things that should never be done. God leave them to do the thing they shouldn't have been doing. Their lives became full of envy, kind of wickedness. Their life is full of sin, greed, hate, envy, murder. They quarrel among each other. They are deceptive, malicious, and gossip. They are backbiter, backstabber. They hate each other. And hater of God, insolent, proud, and boastful. They invent new way of sinning, and they disobey their parent. They refuse to understand, break their promises, and heartless, and have no mercy. They know God's justice requires that those who do these things deserve to die. Yet they do them anyway. Worse yet, they encourage others to do them too. I know to some people this passage may not be understandable to them, but let me break down a little bit. In everything we do in life, we have to acknowledge God. And when we acknowledge God, it gives us the ability to do the thing that is right and do away with what is not right. Just like this election, if we are to acknowledge God in this election, no one will dare say that people should not go out and vote if they will not vote for their party. That is not acknowledging God. That is being boastful. According to the Bible, you are boastful when you say people cannot go out to vote if they do not vote for your party or your candidate. That's being boastful. That is not acknowledging God. Okay? So, when you do that, you do not acknowledge God. What happened? God leave you to your way of life. God let you do things how you want to do it. And when God let you do things the way you want to do it, envy, backbiting, people are going to stand up against you. People are going to gather against you. A lot of things is going to happen, and God will leave you to deal with it on your own. Okay? And like I said, you know, according to the Bible, that what you are doing is wrong and is punishable by God. Yet, you went ahead and continue to do your evil thing. You even encourage people to do the same by saying that we're going to rig election, by saying that, okay, we're not going to allow other parties that are not our party member to vote, and you encourage people to support you, to go out on the street and disrupt the election, to go out on the street and prevent people not to perform their civic duty because you believe they are from certain tribe or you believe they are not going to vote for your candidate. The Bible says that God has given you to a reprobate mind. God allows you to be doing your own foolish thinking, foolish way of life. But at the end of the day, it is punishable according to the Bible. Either you are doing good or you are doing evil. Regardless, the day of nemesis, the day of judgment is fast approaching. And to our elected politicians, I would like to just say this before I go. Let me just touch you before I go. You see, there's this movie that I watch. There's this guy. He's very powerful, like he's the boss of a drug dealer in that movie. All right? He has a lot of guys that do work for him. And one of his friends came from another country to come and visit him. And the friend look at him how he treats those that work for him. And he asked his friend, do you think they respect me? The guy will respect me. His friend answered him and said that, no, they did not respect you. What you see in them is the fear that you put in them. That's not respect. Respect is earned. Trust is earned. But when you get your way to the top by a way that is questionable, you do not earn the respect of the people. You only put fear in them. And those that are ruled by fear will one day rise up because there's only so much more people can take. So, in this election, if you have been declared winner, I want you to sit down in inner corner of your room and ask yourself, did I earn the respect of the people or I only create fear in them? Think about it. You're winning. Is it a winning that earns the respect of people in your state? Or is it a winning that creates fear? Is it a winning that creates distrust? Or is it a winning that brings people together? Or is it a winning that divides us the more? It is only God that put people in position. But if you find your way on top by a way or a process that is questionable, please, I'm begging you, do your best to unite Nigeria, to unite the ethnicity in Nigeria. Do your best to bring Nigeria together. Do your best to move Nigeria forward. This division that you, the politician, are creating among us is not healthy for Nigeria. And that's going to be my message for you today. God bless you. God bless people of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye.